This is Crimson60620. Thank you for watching my video. Also, you can catch me on these social media platforms. And if you want to see some great art, hit my DeviantArt page up. And finally, support my Patreon. Thanks.
What's up, guys? It's Crimson60620. I just got back from the Hammond Public Library Fan Fest. These are my raw thoughts. Even though it's like been an hour since I've fucking left. Well, it was actually pretty fun, and this is the video intro, I guess, that I'm gonna do for just talking and chatting with a lot of great artists. It's kind of funny is when you start going to enough of these things, you start meeting a lot of people that you start meeting a lot of people that you start to get to know a crowd, and like, dude, like, just talking shit, and like, you're gonna see me do interviews with people. Oh shit! You're gonna see me do my interviews with people. I kind of feel bad because like I had a really great fucking take with a couple people, and I kind of lost it. And you know, shit happens. But I'm gonna be doing this video, and I'm gonna actually be I'm gonna be making sure that like I give people credit. So you're actually gonna find the descriptions down below. I'm going to actually put their card out, and I'm going to do a lot of editing. It's just like post-editing, like not editing what they're saying, just like doing a lot of editing to actually give these artists some credits, the websites, and all this other good shit. Down in the description. Shit. Yeah. It was fucking awesome. And it wasn't a long con either. I guess I'm doing my own fucking videos and shit like that, and remembering like everybody's shit. Like, it's fucking awesome. It's actually it was pretty great. So enjoy the video, and definitely thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Peace. Alright, this is Crimson60620. I'm at the Hammond Public Library Fan Fest, and I have a fellow artist. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Addie Afable. I'm an anime illustrator instructor, and this is Artistic Dragon Studios. And then I've been doing it for maybe closer to maybe 20 years now. And like they call it Artistic Dragon because I'm a dragon in the Chinese zodiac, and I'm artistic. So, and I just basically do something called chibi chubbies, little caricatures of people. Like in chibis, like small little versions of ourselves. So I just thought chibi chubbies like little bundle of joy.
So the main question.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Why?
Why do you draw?
Everybody watches cartoons when they were younger. I'm a little older than you might think. I'm 43, and I've been watching cartoons ever since the 80s, and I love 80s cartoons. And then I got into anime in the 90s when before it got popular, and all of a sudden it became my passion. And I'm glad that a lot of the kids nowadays are exposed to anime. Before, and all I had were comic books and like American cartoons. But anime is something I'm gonna take for the rest of my life. Since I'm gonna probably about 20 more years, I'll be retired. That's probably what I'm gonna be doing as an old man.
I will say this: I'm 37 myself, and I grew up watching. I grew up watching this stuff, and it was just like one of the things that introduced me to like anime. Ironically, is something that you have right here, Sailor Moon, the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those things. Was just like it looks cool, and it's better than some of the stuff that we were getting on.
It is, yeah.
But
you know what? I do feel sorry for those animators. I just found out they don't get much money, and I can understand if some of the quality is getting lower because they're not being treated so well. You know.
Well, you saw the guy who burnt down the studio not too long ago.
Was he a disgruntled animator? Oh my God, yeah. I feel for him, but that wasn't the way to go about.
No, it was not.
Yeah, that was not the way.
So, one of the things that what led you to, and I know you said you had a love for like watching the cartoons when you were older. I'm one of the people that says find some way to express yourself. Did you just naturally fall into drawing? Were you self-taught? Like
Self-taught, but again, inspiration is where it keeps you going. So like I think at one point when you're thinking about what you want to do for a career, this is when you're thinking about your college. And then for some reason I had a dream where I saw this little girl in my dream picking up on my artist table, wondering what I was doing. And I was showing her, oh, this is my drawing, and blah, 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 and things like that. And then for some reason I took that to heart, and all of a sudden, like I was saying, you know what, you do this because you remember when you were that young, and you wanted to, inspire other people as well as how you were inspired yourself. So I also teach, and then I try to show little children how to like draw cartoon and things like that, especially anime. And there's not that many schools out there, so every now and then, like if a library takes me in, I would do something called an anime workshop, and a lot of them are around anywhere from 6 to 14, high school, and they're going to be the same route that I was taking. I needed a mentor, and in some ways that's how I want to portray myself as an artist.
So, what's the number one rule that you teach your students with art?
Oh, simplify yourself. Think big, and at the same time, don't try to be much of a perfectionist. So simplify everything and just take it step by step.
All right, great. Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
So, good afternoon. Okay, so for the audience, I have to let them know it's you're mad at me because I keep saying I'm gonna come back and there's stuff that's coming so this is gonna be a hostile interview because I'm just trying to be somebody who just try to talk to everybody and get people's opinion on art, and now I'm talking too much, and so let's have our guest speak.
Hi, my name is Hope Standifer, and my business is called PurplePandasCreation.
So,
yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, I hand make everything that's on the table. I can do custom work as well. I just really enjoy making people happy, and my work seems to do that.
So, I'm gonna have to call you out because I don't think you can hand make the Cheetos bag.
No, that is manufactured. That is completely manufactured. But everything else, except for my little mascot, which is a panda corn.
Aww.
And it lights up.
Aww.
So for me, as you can see, purple is obviously my favorite color. So.
Blue is better.
No. No, nah. I'm a former pink addict, so now purple's like where I'm at right now.
Crimson is better.
Well, I was in a phase of that particular color, so.
See? Yay!
I've evolved my taste.
You guys heard it here. Crimson is better.
No,
yes.
that is not. I said that crimson was one of the phases I had. Phase. But I've settled.
You're right. You did settle.
Settle on one color, yeah. And blue and crimson are not better than purple.
No. So
Yes.
why art? Why this particular type of art?
Because I felt that it was something that I could do when I was little. My mom used to make all of my bows, and she would remake dresses that she would buy in shops. And she would put as much crinoline as she could possibly fit underneath the dress. And so it was something that I already knew that I could possibly do something a little bit different, a different spin on it, since I refused to learn how to sew. I know how to do it a little bit, but not that much. So it's always something that I knew that I wanted to do, and I would see stuff and I would be like, that's way too much for me, and so I would be like, well, I could probably make it, and so I started making them.
Yay! So, time frame wise, how long does it take you?
Oh my. Okay, so the keychains and the pens, they don't take that long. It's just, about glue, so maybe about 5 minutes per, probably a little bit less. And you just let those dry, and this takes care of it. With the bracelets, those take longer because I have to think about what color schemes I want to go with and what beads are going to match nicely with a prior bead.
Wait, you're an artist. You're supposed to already know this right away.
No, so those will take about maybe an hour to an hour and a half. The necklaces are pretty simple in terms because I have the paper that I want, and so I can just cut those out and put it in there. I already know what that's going to end up being. My biggest thing is picking the chains to go with it. Because when I first started, I had different leather cords, and I realized that the one leather cord that I hate is white. So
Why don't you just use the chains of love?
So that took longer than that. So because those dry on their own, I don't count that as my time. So all in all, I probably don't spend more than 2 hours on a project.
Great. Anything else you want to say?
Well, I am on Facebook. There is another person who has a similar name, but I have a comma in my name, so...
Card.
It's right there.
Yay!
PurplePandasCreations. I am on Instagram and I believe Pinterest. Yes, Pinterest. So, and Twitter.
Yay! All right, so I want to thank you for having the patience and letting me come multiple times to say I'll come back and all that other good stuff. All right? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Remember, don't lose hope.
Oh, no.
All right, we have Alice here.
Hello.
Yay!
Yay.
So, tell me about your expressions. I guess we can't say this is all art. Well, we can, but not visual picture art.
Yeah, so I'm both an independent author and artist, and I've been doing both for about equally as long. I've been writing professionally for 7 years and doing professional art commissions for about the same amount of time, but I had my first novel published in 2018, and I'm already on my third one, is set for release very, very soon, and it's special because I'm combining both my loves. It's a full novel, fully written, and it's also going to be fully illustrated. Not to be mistaken with a graphic novel, which is more comic book form, whereas it's like the old books that you used to see in the 1800s where you read a few pages and then suddenly there's a picture. So it's going to be kind of bringing back that awesome art form, which I'm really excited about. But I would say that writing is my primary passion and art is my secondary passion, just because writing has always been very, very easy for me. I never had to really try to do it, whereas art is something that I've had to really work at. I've taken years of professional classes for artwork and also done a lot of practice on my own in order to get where I am now, whereas with my writing, I feel the major improvements that I've made with it is just in my process of how I go from an idea to a finished product. I'd say that process is really what's improved, but the talent itself and the skill itself, I would say it's just always been there for me, which from what I understand is a very rare thing, and I am so grateful that I was blessed with that, because writing can be a very challenging thing for a lot of people. So don't get discouraged, because you know what? However you want to tell a story is beautiful. You don't have to use words, you can use pictures, you can use music. You know, you tell your story the way that best fits you. This just happens to be what fits me. And on top of it, I also work as a performer, so I also love visual expression and using my body as, I guess, a canvas, if you will, in that same sense. I'm a very big creative person, and I just need a lot of different spaces to fill it with in order to feel satisfied. But yeah,
Okay.
that's me.
So, I will have to say this. Why don't you have your own show where you talk to the camera and have a conversation? Because unlike this, like, you have camera presence.
Thank you.
And like, unlike me, who's been doing this for like a few years and still very unprofessional, you can actually have a conversation with the camera. Like me, I trail off with words like,
I actually do have a vlog on my YouTube. I haven't updated it in ages, and a big part of that is simply because I only have so many hours in a day, and that just kind of falls off my list because I just have all of this that I have to do, and I have so many projects. It is something that when I have the time, I do want to get back to doing, because people have told me they really enjoy my vlogs, which I do. I like talk about a variety of things. I talk about my skills with makeup. I talk about the shows that I do. I talk about my books. I talk about a little bit of everything, and I usually, like at the beginning of the video, I'm like, this is what this one's gonna be. So if you don't give a shit about that, you can just wait until next week to see what I'm gonna do. But I've been bad, and I haven't had the time to update them. So yeah.
And so this is the second show that we've actually had booths right next to each other. Mine is right here. And like, first show we were just like, when I say, how do I put it?
It was boring and unproductive.
I was gonna say having a conversation with somebody who can actually have a conversation
okay. I
about.
thought you meant the event itself.
See, so on my channel, I do a lot of commentary, and I've told you about this.
Yeah.
And it's fun actually talking with somebody,
It is.
specifically on stuff other than what's the weather. And so I'm gonna subscribe to the channel, and yeah, I'm gonna actually start following the blogs.
Yay!
So, anything in particular you want to give, information you want to give?
So I would say if you want to follow me on internet land, all of my handles can be found littlealice06. And if you are one of the very lucky few, you can also be my friend on Facebook under the name Alice Liddell. However, please keep in mind that I do very carefully screen who I friend, just because I also post a lot of personal life things on there, and I don't necessarily need everybody all up on my business. But you are free to like, comment, and stalk me on all other platforms if you should so desire.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we are here with
Kevin Tracy.
Yay! So we've talked before the event interview, and I want to actually say this right here that he's actually doing is
art with
MS Paints.
yeah, and I haven't decided to give my sanity enough to try it myself. So talk to us about it.
Well, the first thing that goes before your mind is your eyesight. And then after your eyesight goes, then you start to get the arthritis in your fingers from clicking the mouse so often. But then your mind starts to go, which is fine because then you don't feel the pain anymore. You just push right through it.
Licking that mouse, is that a euphemism for something?
Unfortunately not. No, it's the old-fashioned 2-button mouse that you use to manipulate a computer, and in this case, manipulate and create artwork. And a lot of people ask, why don't you use a stylus? And it's because the stylus is terrible in MS Paint. MS Paint was designed in 1985, and they didn't have styluses back then. They had mice, and that's what the program is meant to be used with. So I'm passionate about that topic. This is a great interview. I told you the mind is the last thing to go, and it's gone now.
Sanity, to quote Bleach, sanity, when did I say I had such a useless thing?
You know what though, in all seriousness though, I love doing this stuff. It gives me an excuse to say that I'm crazy. And kind of looking at this stuff, I kind of am, but at the same time, I have fun drawing this. I love creating this art. I love creating an homage to the old pixel art from the old 16 and 8-bit video game era, and kind of imagine what would happen if we didn't have the 3D games today. You just had these crazy pixel art games and stuff, and how high resolution they would be today. And that's what I like creating. And I think that it's a labor of love, and I think it comes through in the artwork. So.
Anything else you want to say?
If you want to, go to my website, ktracy.com, and buy some artwork, like this stuff.
So, I know you explained that you've been doing pixel art for so long in MS Paint, but why art? Why do you choose to express yourself with art?
That's a great question. So, the reason why is, I think, because words don't always... There aren't always the right words to use in trying to convey an emotion or to convey a story. And art for me is a chance to kind of convey more meaning than what words alone can convey. And so that's why I chose art as kind of my means of expressing myself. And I do comic books and I do prints like this, but I consider myself a writer and a storyteller before anything else. And to me, the visual medium gives you a chance to tell a story that words alone can't convey. And that's why I like art.
All right, well, thank you. And just I know you told me this, but I want other people to hear it. How long did it take you to do one of these books?
So this book right here is the first volume. It took 5 years to complete.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't include the time it spent writing the story. That was just after the story was done, drawing everything out.
Okay, yeah, that excuse for insanity actually works.
Yes.
But I already have a card. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we are back, and we are here with...
Sanzaki Kojika.
And tell me about your obvious way of keeping all of the bodies out of the basements.
It doesn't work. No.
We have a basement?
No, so I like to write, I like to draw, so I kind of do a lot of it. I'm into anime and video games and stuff, so a lot of that kind of comes across with this. I usually do a lot of fan shows like Comic Cons and things like that, where that's kind of a big focus, is a lot of fan art, but I do have some original stuff mixed in as well, especially the books.
Zero Suit Samus.
Yep, there's Samus.
I have, yeah, See, I'm not a Nintendo fan anymore, but I do know some things.
Well, the Metro games are pretty good, so. I like Samus too.
God, I hate playing Gatekeeper, but it was this game that was on Super Nintendo called The Illusion of Gaia. Have you heard of it?
I remember that.
Very big. It's been a long time. I've heard that
part
name.
of a franchise that never really completely materialized stateside.
Yeah, so there's a lot. I played a lot of emulators.
But it was actually an Enix game.
Yeah, it was Enix before it was
Square.
bought out by Square.
Yeah.
There was another game that was kind of part of this. It was part of like the because there was the other game that was of the same style. It was called Soul Blazer. It was made by Enix.
I'm a random person that knows too much information for gaming. So,
That is okay.
I am very random.
Unfortunately, I was one of those where I didn't have access to stuff until I discovered an emulator. And then suddenly it was like at about the ages of like 8 or 9 is when I really got heavy into video games.
emulators, you have an emulator because you already have the game.
This was
I
back.
avoided the warranty on my Nintendo Classic.
This is back when like you couldn't barely get half those systems in the U.S. So yeah, I had a 64. I had a Cube.
I avoided
Now I
the
buy
warranty on her Nintendo Classic as a birthday present.
Ooh, look, another subject. So, I recognize some of the characters and like, I see. Okay, so let's just talk about this.
Okay.
Code Geass. Freaking love that. And who was the hero in Code Geass?
Depends on which way you look at it.
Trick question. There were no heroes. Ha 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 ha.
No, because some people might still see it. My personal
Pizza
thing
Hut
is,
was the hero because of the
Hut.
sponsorship.
Yes.
Cheese Coon, the plush that C2 just carried around and did
I
absolutely
thought
nothing.
that they say Pizza Hut was the hero because, you know, they sponsored that.
I just love the fact that like in Japan during that time, like you could literally get Pizza Hut with Code Geass stuff on it. It's like when you're in Japan, that would have been great, but in the U.S. we just got Pizza Hut.
Well, you know, it helped for me. You know, my dad was a teacher, so I just, you know, snatched a couple of those Book It coupons and got those free canned pizzas. It's like, they'd be like, you order a pizza? Yep, here's the coupon.
I
So,
mostly watch it for the neighborhood.
see, this is what we do on camera. We talked about random, crazy things.
Well, yeah. So nothing
You know,
unusual.
Rebecca, I thought it had a lot of plot.
I mean, the plot stuff it had involving
plot.
Suzaku and Lelouch that was actually plot related and not yaoi related. It was great.
I just remember the plot.
That isn't plot.
So, tell me about something creative that you want to speak about. It can be your art. It can be,
I don't know, it's
you know,
hard.
these things right here called books.
They are books. I just don't know what to say about them. I have books. Yeah, these are books. The
They
fat
are
ones have
books?
words, and the thin ones have pictures and words. No, so I
Yes, I
And
love that
covers.
description.
And covers.
I love that description.
I write a lot, and I like to do both comics and writing, so it's kind of like a mixed thing. I'm so bad at this.
And the books have plot that goes somewhere.
It does. No, so I guess, so Zos Kiosk over there is my longest running one. That one turned 13 years earlier this year. It's actually also a webcomic, so I do 2 pages a week online for that as well. I mostly do fantasy, so that's kind of like my baby that I started with. I didn't know what I was doing when I started it, so it's pretty rough at the beginning.
I want to actually push back. Some stories don't have plots that go anywhere.
You mean
so
like
that's
Gintama?
He loves
Ooh.
Gintama.
I know.
So he can.
Because Gintama, I like it how they explain how when the anime and the manga diverge, they create the filler arc.
Nothing wrong with filler arc.
However, if the filler arc goes too poorly and then they cancel the anime and then the manga resumes,
Hey, stop making fun of Bleach that way.
do we need to talk about the Bound arc and how in the middle of the final battle with Aizen, hey, let's flash back before we started the battle with Aizen and introduce this princess that nobody knows about. And then all of a sudden, okay, we're done with the princess. Now let's get back to the final battle with Aizen. Oh, well, we're about to kill Aizen. Nope, no, we're not. Now let's have another flashback filler arc. And now we're back to Aizen. Oh, wait, no. Let's talk about the swords becoming sentient and taking over. No, now we're back to Aizen.
Well, at least, okay, you have to give them
Kubo
this.
was a troll.
They stopped it at least before you realized that Ichigo was everything.
Come on, if you didn't realize Ichigo was everything, I mean, come on. If they had to have a reason for why he was always power gaming everybody without really training.
I just thought it was because he was generic male
I
protagonist in a
thought
shonen series.
no, it's because it's like, oh, because you know, first he's like, oh, he has the power of a soul ring, then he has the power of a hollow. Hey, let's mention that his mom, you know, was Quincy, and then we'll trail off a little bit more. It's like, and you know, maybe, he's nobility and all this other stuff.
And his son has the power of the last big antagonist that they built.
And of course, let's not get started on my wife being whole mad about how the series ended in the manga with her ships sinking faster than the Titanic. She was like, "Why is Ichigo married to Orihime?" And I was like, because that's basically what was going to happen from the very beginning.
What? No. He was gonna marry Rukia. Just like Naruto was gonna marry Sakura, even though like Hinata was always the best girl.
Don't get me started on how with Boruto everyone's married except certain characters.
That was a fan nightmare ending where they tried to ship everything that
Everyone's married to somebody.
I'm just gonna mention this, and I'm gonna add, and I'm
think
probably
they'll ever
gonna
do a series about Boruto's dad.
I'm gonna say this, and bear with me. I think that when they were looking for, like, if you've ever read Boruto and you see what happened around the search for Sasuke when Satoru was being born, I don't think that Karen and Sakura were just friends.
Well,
I can see that, but my whole thing is, my question is, Sasuke ran away from the village at the end of Naruto. When did they have time to have a kid? Did he have time to have a kid with Sakura?
Oh no, he came back frequently. He came back, and it was actually in the Sasuke, not Sasuke, but in the Sasuke novel, when she was just like, the useless character was just going through and just tanking like tail beast bombs, just like it was nothing, But she's useless, remember?
Yeah, because she had to stand there with like, what was it? Let's see, how long was Naruto?
700.
700. Okay, she stood there for 650 plus episodes, holding a kunai, going, I don't know why Sasuke doesn't like me.
You know what? I went back and watched some of the original episodes, and she wasn't exactly useless. You're trying to compare a human versus two demigods.
Well, she had her moments.
She did have
Like
her
the
moments.
Chunin exam when she cut her hair was amazing.
There was just so much wasted potential with her. They could have, they had like Naruto got trained by Jiraiya and all that.
When he came back,
Well, even before, he got a couple of lessons from the old guy, and taught how to walk
Well,
on
you
water.
still
But
had the typical.
he was training.
When-
Sasuke was training, Sakura's just like,
no. Everybody except for Rock Lee and Naruto didn't train. They just were magically gifted powers. It's not like we saw.
well, Rock Lee spent probably like a couple hours in the hyperbolic time chamber with Goku.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm about to say something, and I gotta go to some other table. I'm gonna say this. The thing about it is, people
Take
never.
off the weights, all of a sudden you're 10 times stronger.
People always think, oh, the series is talking about hard work versus natural talents. The very next battle that they fought that was big, they said it wasn't because I had natural talent. It's because I worked hard. Oh no, Gaara versus Lee, like natural talent, almost like. No, the very next big battle, Naruto versus Neji. He was like, oh, I'm talented. And he was like, no, I worked hard to get this power.
Yeah.
But people forget that. But that's just me. I don't
It's
know.
a shonen trope, though. You're going to see some of the same stuff in any kind of shonen.
Yelling makes you stronger, and the power of friendship will always, you would
Leave Sailor Moon alone.
The villain attains the power of God, and your
the power of
friends,
love and
then the hero defeats you with the power of friendship and ultra instincts.
All right, guys. Thank you.
I can't believe you.
All right, guys. I want to apologize again on camera because I have lost the recording of the video. So we're doing it again, and we're doing all three back together because these are the three amigos. So let's have a conversation. One, please say what you're going to say and how you don't want to see you speak in front of the camera, like the last video where you were like awesome in front of the camera.
I like turtles.
This is what happens when you get take two.
We're gonna do this over again.
He gets too comfortable. Fair enough.
So my name is Jack. It's my wife Maria, and together we're Mr. Calavera. And we have.
I'm Julio Guerra, and I'm one half of Guerrilla Publishing. My other half is somewhere else.
Gorillas, turtles.
Yes. bears don't mind.
So what type of turtles? Teenage Mutant?
I like
Samurai?
No, I like adult mutant turtles. They have responsibilities. have to watch what they eat.
They got goals.
They gotta pay bills.
They bring home the cheddar.
That doesn't sound fun at all. So, question I asked before. Unicorns! Yay! Do they fart rainbows?
Actually,
he poops candy.
All right. So,
Thank you.
speak to me.
What's up, sir?
The sky, some lights, some ceiling panels.
What would you like to talk about? That's what I should have probably asked.
Damn, I can't make a pun with that one. What would you like to talk about?
Why we're here? Or why, not why we're here, because it's going to be general as hell.
Well, when two people love each other.
See? Look, I already knew.
We sell comics.
Yeah, there you go. Why we're at this event.
We sell comics. We make art.
Do we really know why we're here? What is the meaning of life besides 42?
What is the meaning of life? Why'd you bring me here, Mom? Yeah, so we're here to tell stories, right?
Do what we love to do.
Stories are freaking awesome. Now, what's your favorite kind of story?
I don't know how to put it under an umbrella because I like a lot of different stories, but everybody that reads my stuff always says it's dark. So I guess I'll just say dark.
Great.
Dark fantasy, I would say. Fantasy elements to the story. I like writing like horror, scary stuff.
I want to say this. Nintendo ripped off the Vita.
But they did it better. Why? If you could do it better, why not? But I'm not dead. I'm right here.
That just hurt my heart.
I mean, the truth hurts, but Sony's good at their own thing. They could stay in their lane, but Nintendo did it better. They did handhelds better.
Stay in your lane, Sony.
Stay in your lane, Sony. You hear that, Sony? Stay in your lane.
See, this is why we have a better take.
Had nothing to do with the first take.
But this is why we have creative people doing video.
I'm sorry.
This is why we have creative people on camera talking. And see, when I first came over and said, hey, we're going to put it on video, I was like, no, we don't want to talk. I don't want to talk.
That's because you got us at 3 o'clock and we're kind of dead for today already. we're willing to roll over and just be like, okay.
All right, guys. I do want to apologize that I lost the last video. I'm going to save this video and I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel.
Hold up. Check us out at MrCalavera.com or on Facebook, Instagram, and go to
GuerrillaPublishingGroup.com, Guerrilla Publishing on Instagram, Twitter, all that fun stuff.
At least promise me you won't turn out like another Image Comics.
Never. We won't let them.
No. I think
That's my goal, though.
Yeah, I think we have too much
Quality
on the line to become Image. And none of us were like mad at Marvel.
But wait.
Oh!
Okay.
Probably delete that.
All right. So we have,
Brian BMAN Babendererde.
and no, it's not spelled the right way with a BRYANT. And I am saying this on the record because I was asked. No, I am not a cop. This is not a. This is just a video talking about how we are having conversations about being here at the Hammond Public Library Fan Festival. It is almost 3 o'clock and it's almost time to go. So I want to introduce, Brian. He actually was one of the people that encouraged me to start doing cons way back in 2018 at Anime Midwest. Thank you. for
welcome.
giving me all of the headaches.
And yeah, has it been worth all of the headaches?
That's not a question I want to answer right now.
Yeah. Gets you out of the house.
Yes, it does. It does. So let's talk about it. And I actually want to say the first purchase I made at a comics, I actually still have the book, and I have it a part of my resource materials. I don't see it here, and I understand why.
Oh, yeah. This is a library show.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a library show. So I'm guessing you bought one of my sketchbooks.
Yes.
With sketches in it.
Yes.
Sketches that are good.
Hey, I'm not ashamed to say that I've bought art.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So tell me about just why. What is your fascination with just medieval Conan art and sorcery and stuff, and like why it is just like so awesome that you like to draw people with big weapons?
Because it's fun.
And of course, swords and stuff.
Yeah, I like fantasy. I like to read fantasy. I like to write fantasy, and I like to draw fantasy. I think it's fun to do. I don't really have a lot of fun drawing like cars and mechanical things. I like drawing characters, and I like drawing armor and costumes and characters with wings and magical spells and stuff like that. And it's just something that I really like. I kind of grew up with that kind of stuff, with like Savage Sword of Conan and Frank Frazetta and stuff like that, and it's just kind of part of my DNA.
So I have a game that you would probably love. It's called Conan Exiles.
I played it.
You get to get employees. You get to get workers. You get to get slaves. You get to get slaves.
Yeah, they're called thralls.
Hey, but they're happy.
Yeah, you break them on a wheel of pain.
It's not easy.
No, I played it on PC.
That's not what I meant.
She said it's not PC. I played Conan Exiles.
We welcome.
I escaped the exiled land. I made it out.
Oh, why?
Yeah, because I was done. Every time I logged into the game, they would just have destroyed my stuff.
See, that's why that's like escaping capitalism. It would be helpful, but where's the fun in that?
Yeah. My character probably escaped and became a slave somewhere in, Shadazar or something.
God, you know the mythology. But you know what? Jason Momoa was the best Conan ever.
In the movies, yes, he was. I don't like that movie, but I think he was a better Conan than Arnold, for sure.
I was joking, but
you were joking.
I was joking.
I don't like Arnold as Conan.
You know what I liked? I liked the presentation from the Conan the Barbarian TV show.
Really?
Yes.
You're the one who likes that show.
Yes.
I've never met someone who liked that show.
It was awesome.
That was Carl. Oh, I can't remember his name. Anyway, the guy who played Conan. He was in the original Conan movie, I think, as an extra.
The thing about that TV show is it was just a better mythology.
Yeah.
When you had Rathamon, you just like touch the star metal to him, and he turns into the big Gila monster. Like it was more epic, and you kind of like the bird, the little baby phoenix, after you wanted to strangle him after the 1300 time.
You're talking about the live action show, right?
No, I'm talking
about the cartoon.
The cartoon,
oh,
yes.
See, we're talking about two different different shows.
I like the cartoon.
Okay, I remember the cartoon, yeah.
No, there was no live action show.
There was a live action show.
There was no live.
There
was no live action show.
I get it. I understand.
There was no live
action. I understand. Yeah.
So
I like the Conan original Arnold movie. Yeah. I love the movie. I just don't particularly like Arnold.
Who does though?
He's kind of like Conan is a dumb guy. He can't even count to 3, and Conan's supposed to be smart and wily.
I would say Conan is Goku smart.
Goku smart.
Goku is very talented in battle. Interpersonal relationships, that's a different thing. Math, that's a different thing. But he is very tactical in battle.
Okay.
See? We agree.
I didn't say I agree. I said okay.
All right.
Don't put words in my mouth.
You're not the boss of me.
Is there gonna be a nerd fight?
No. No.
No, that's just progressive bouts of gatekeeping. That's the only thing nerd fights are.
Yeah.
And then somebody throws something completely out the deep. All right. But I do want to say thank you, and this will be up on my YouTube channel. And it's almost time to go. Yay!
Draw and talk. Does that sound cool?
I do it for a YouTube channel anyway, so.
You know what? I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel. I have like years of footage, but I'm too busy and too lazy to edit that stuff because it just becomes homework, and I'd rather just go to shows. But every now and then I'll post a video up.
Good news. It doesn't take much effort at all. It's super easy, barely inconvenience.
Yeah, well, the convenience is I have to learn how to use a computer. So that's my problem.
Is that why are you doing a lot of traditional art?
Well, traditional art's just fast and a lot easier than learning a computer. And then that way, because the way how I draw and my inking style, it's kind of hard to replicate that on a computer, especially since I use a lot of like really like good dry brush and like other types of different type of, you know, I just have a very weird flow and expressive style that I've always had trouble figuring that out on the computer. So I just said, you know what, it's just faster to me, it's just drawing on paper. So I might as well just do that.
So, from everything you're telling me, the actual way that you're using the board, you're pretty big on the technical part of art, I see.
Technical part?
It's nice talking with you guys.
What do you mean?
Meaning that, so, for example, when I do my art, especially when I'm starting a rough draft, I still stick with the polygrams and the way that a lot of, just like the stuff, the basics set that you were taught how to draw, instead of just going straight out, straight into the final concept. I do basically still beginner art myself. Now, it takes me some time, and I'm actually a traditional person myself. I actually do a lot of graphite to paper, and then inking after transferring. What is particularly your process?
My process is, I can show you really quick. So if you look right here, I'll just loosely, I'm going to draw something on the back of your Spider-Man. Cool? Alright. You know what? I'll show you. I'll draw on your Spider-Man. You're going to love this. I'm going to make it look exactly like the one outside. So basically what I'll do is I'll just take my pencil and I'll just kind of like loosely kind of draw some shapes or whatever, and just, so these guys are going to be buildings. Alright, and I'm like, oh cool, that looks like it's going to be a building, I guess. And from there, you can't really probably see it because I draw in an H pencil. But from there, because I just have like my general idea, that we'll use the other guy. I make all my final decisions in inking, just because I don't want to spend too much time penciling things. Because if I'm just going to ink it anyways, why would I just redraw it twice? You know what I mean? So I'll just kind of draw something and just kind of make my just final decisions with my inks, and then put some heavy shadows down just so your mind fills in the rest. And these buildings are gonna look a little weird, but that's okay. Spider-Man, I saw the movie, right? Didn't Spider-Man have a Spider-Verse or something, and everything was going crazy? Right? Everyone thought it was a black hole. So Brent, man, what's some of your process?
Well, my process, actually, I would like to call it the Michelangelo process.
Yeah?
If you ever remember, like, the phrase Michelangelo said, the picture is always there. You just have to knock off the chips.
Yeah, so, I kind of see that with my paper too.
And so what I do personally is just do the rough sketch, And I am a big fan of actually starting over because erasers are my friend.
Yeah, I race so many times. Like every time after I'm drawing something, like if I'm like really drawing something, like when I'm drawing, you know, when I'm working with, you know, other different types of publishers or whatnot. When I'm drawing something with a deadline and I'm erasing, I erase so much that like I need to see, like I lose where I'm at in the drawing. Where by the end of it, like my whole desk is full of like eraser shavings, my lap is just full of eraser shavings. You probably know what I'm talking about.
Well, I have a thing where I bought a dollar store paintbrush for how much I erase. Like, you know, the paintbrush that you use to paint a wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a dollar store paintbrush.
Nice, man. That's actually a smart idea. I'm gonna use that. I need one of those.
And so I also use the high polymer erasers.
Yeah. I have one. These guys.
Yes.
I stole this from somebody who left it on my desk. Don't steal things. Got it?
I don't.
Good. I'm a terrible example of a model citizen. But yeah, dude, these are like the best. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like you gotta let your ink dry a little bit beforehand, or else you're just gonna smudge your ink.
And I've actually learned the beautiful benefits of a kneaded eraser.
Oh yeah, for the longest time I wouldn't use those, just because I felt like a lot of people that had those were just like, I'm an artiste or whatever. I'm like, get out of here, man. Everybody can draw. So I wouldn't use them out of spite for people who think that cartoons and comics is low art, when really if you're a comic book artist or any type of animator, you have to be good at drawing everything, because you have a set, you have to understand composition, you have to understand framing, you have to understand your different types of shots, you have to understand the difference between a wood chair, a plastic chair, a metal chair, a folding chair, a lawn chair, all this other stuff, your different types of lamps, your eras of all different types of aesthetics. And you could probably see it in a bunch of these other artists here. It's like you have to know your different sets and different eras, and you can draw everything.
And this is why I said before that you are a technical artist.
I'm technically an artist.
Oh.
I consider it.
But that's great. And actually, awesome work. That's, you know, that's different than what my Spider-Man was. I just copied the box art and put my logo on it. But anyway, I do want to say thank you, because it's time to wrap up, and I still have like 2 more people I need to talk to. I'm being bad about this.
Right, man. It was awesome. Thank you so much.
No
You're
problem.
on YouTube, right?
Yes.
You're on the Tube Views?
Yes.
All right. What's your name?
Crimson 60620.
All right. Well, I was gonna write it down, but you're gonna write that down for me, okay? So I gotta draw Spider-Man for Grant over here.
I need a card.
I'll draw you a card at the end, because I'm paperless. Even though I'm an artist, it's kind of backwards. So I'll draw you a card before we leave. Cool? Dig it?
All right.
Awesome, man. Brett, give me some right here. Mr. What was that? Lone Sage Art?
Yes.
I dig that. Alrighty.
All right, great. This is like my second to last interview. And it's almost time to go. So, look for people to be like packing up and going. But I saved the best. Well, I saved
the last for last.
It's hard to categorize best when you have like great artists around. So,
just the last but not least. How's that sound?
Fair enough.
So, tell me about these things that you have on stuff called paper.
Stuff called paper. Right. So here we have some mashups. We have IG88, Lebanon Stock Matrix, in Gone with the Wind style movie poster, Gone with the Wire. And then here we have Apocalypse
and Cable and the X-Men mansion burning in the style of the movie poster for Apocalypse Now. So, Age of Apocalypse Now.
Oh god. Okay.
To keep the puns rolling, we have a comic book here. This is the second issue, and here's a print of the first issue, and here's a character from the book, and yet the character from the book of Zombie Raygun, which is Ronald Reagan as a zombie with a ray gun.
What's so different from when he was alive?
Because he's a zombie. Because
What's
he
so
died
different?
and came back.
I think his skin got a slight.
Wait. He wasn't a zombie before he died?
No, he was just lame.
Oh. So, anything in particular, any particular thing that you want to say about your art, causes, anything, like the fact that it's super cold in the first week of November in the, Midwest area?
It is cold, but so causes.
Yeah, like set it right up there for you.
Yeah. So I do some work for up here. We have coloring books that I have a page in for coloring books for kids. And then here are a couple of the pages for another charity called the Heroes Initiative.
So, I know you're trying to wrap up, trying to go. But anything else you want to speak about? Because you said that this is a comics for kids.
Yeah, comic books for kids.
Yep, and then the sand.
Okay.
And then the Heroes Initiative, which Heroes Initiative helps out older artists, that can't necessarily pay for medical bills and whatnot and stuff. So it's a good charity. That's about it, I guess.
So,
Check out
Who's-
Zombie Raygun. It's awesome.
who's the artist for the book? Do you write the book yourself?
I work with a team of friends for writing and stuff. They kind of help me hone the dialogue and make it palatable.
Help with jokes, humor stuff. But
Yeah.
yes, he draws like crazy and works on it like crazy.
Saying draws and crazy, that's like saying air and air.
Draws not crazy.
Is the apple red or is it shiny?
Yeah.
It can only be one.
All right, guys, I don't want to hamper you guys locking up.
No, you're not. I mean,
I just just the coloring book that you guys have. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And definitely. Is there any social media pages that you want or you have?
Yeah, you can find Zombie Raygun. You can find the Zombie Raygun Facebook page just by typing in Zombie Raygun.
You got a card?
I do have a card right there.
Purchase it. What is it called?
And then, they better give me a discount for this. All right. But also, I print my stuff at Kablam, so maybe they'll hook me up with. Yeah. Indie Planet. So it's available online at Indie Planet, which is a Kablam subsidiary.
All right, guys. I'm worried about everybody else wrapping up and going home.
Well, if you don't have me, get them.
Oh, I got everybody.
You got 'em, all right.
But thank you,
Put your
guys.
stuff away so you don't get demonetized. You're welcome.
I have 150 subscribers. I'm not being monetized anytime soon.
Okay, right on.
All right. Well, thank you, guys.
Thank you.